The decline of deep thinking in modern classrooms. Why learning feels different today. Modern classrooms have access to more information than any generation before. Students can search any topic within seconds, watch educational videos, use artificial intelligence, and communicate instantly. These advances have transformed education in remarkable ways. Yet, they've introduced a new concern among many educators. Are students thinking deeply, or just finding answers as quickly as possible? More information doesn't mean better understanding. What deep thinking actually means. It goes beyond memorizing facts or completing assignments correctly. It involves analyzing ideas, connecting concepts, evaluating evidence, questioning assumptions, and solving problems without obvious answers. A deep thinker isn't satisfied with just the correct response. They want to understand why, how it connects. They question if different explanations exist. This ability develops gradually through practice, not just intelligence. Why quick answers are common. Technology makes information incredibly easy to access. Answers available in seconds. This saves time, but changes learning. If answers are one search away, do students struggle enough to understand? Sometimes the process of searching replaces the process of thinking, hindering true comprehension. A familiar situation. When confused, it's tempting to search online for the fastest explanation. I find answers quickly, but later realize I remember the explanation without fully understanding the reasoning. The topics I understand best are those I worked through on my own before checking solutions. Why memorization cannot replace understanding. Students need foundational knowledge for complex problems. Learning vocabulary, formulas, and principles provides building blocks for deeper learning. However, memorization alone does not create understanding. True understanding develops when students explain ideas. They compare perspectives, apply knowledge in unfamiliar situations, and connect concepts across different subjects. Remembering information is valuable, but using that information thoughtfully transforms knowledge into understanding. The influence of standardized testing. It helps evaluate learning across large groups of students. When success depends on selecting the correct answer quickly, students focus on speed and accuracy. These skills are useful, yet they don't always encourage deeper reasoning. Many real-world problems require analysis, discussion, creativity, and careful judgment. As a result, some educators worry that students receive fewer opportunities to develop higher-level thinking skills. Why constant distractions affect learning? Deep thinking requires sustained attention. Notifications, social media, short videos, and constant digital communication compete for students' focus. Every interruption forces the brain to refocus, making it harder to remain engaged with one challenging idea. Over time, this habit can make concentrated thinking feel more difficult than it once did. The difference between finishing and learning. Many students become highly skilled at completing assignments efficiently. However, completing work is not always the same as understanding it. This distinction becomes noticeable when they encounter unfamiliar problems that require flexible thinking. Why curiosity needs time. Curiosity rarely develops under constant pressure to finish tasks quickly. Students become curious when they have time to explore questions, make connections, and discuss ideas. Some of the most meaningful learning happens when a student asks, why does this happen? These questions encourage exploration rather than simple recall. Unfortunately, busy schedules leave little room for this. How classroom discussions build better thinkers. Open discussions encourage students to explain their reasoning. When students defend ideas with evidence, listen to different viewpoints, and reconsider conclusions, they strengthen critical thinking. Learning becomes more active because students participate in constructing knowledge instead of only receiving it. Why teachers face a difficult challenge. Teachers recognize the importance of deep thinking, but they work within practical limitations. Curriculum, assessments, time management, and diverse academic backgrounds. Creating opportunities for extended discussion and reflection is difficult with pressure to cover large amounts of material. The challenge is not a lack of interest in deeper learning, but finding enough time to encourage it consistently. Technology is not the real problem. Used thoughtfully, it gives students access to research, videos, and learning tools. The difference lies in how technology is used. If it becomes a shortcut to avoid thinking, learning becomes shallower. If it becomes a tool for investigation, collaboration, and exploration, it can strengthen understanding. Why deep thinking matters more than ever. As AI and digital technology make information easier to access, the ability to think independently becomes even more valuable. Remembering facts will always matter. But future careers will reward people who can analyze unfamiliar situations, evaluate evidence, and solve problems creatively. These abilities cannot be developed through memorization alone. They require patience, curiosity, and willingness to think deeply. Final thoughts. The decline of deep thinking is influenced by many factors, including technology and standardized testing. Although students have access to more knowledge, understanding still requires time, reflection, and meaningful engagement. Education should not only prepare students to find answers quickly, it should also help them ask better questions. It should help them think independently and develop reasoning skills needed to solve problems long after they leave the classroom. Thanks for watching.